When you're secure with your insecurities, it's easy to be yourself. And you know that for yourself. All those who fearlessly and continuously confront your own shadows. You hear me? That's why we show up, ain't it? That's why I show up. You hear me? To be an example, to be an illustration to somebody somewhere that may not be quite as far as I have made it, and yet to go, but on their way. You hear me? Because there's others who have made it farther than me. You hear me? And I appreciate it. You heard? If you've been working on yourself, it shows. Give yourself a round of applause. If you don't see it, it shows. I see you. And it's easy to see others when we see ourselves. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. But I see you. Growth look good on you. You hear me? You ain't gotta ask me how I know. But growth look good on you too. I want to acknowledge all the work. And this ain't gonna apply for everybody. So if it don't fit, don't force it. Cause this can't be forced if it don't fit. But I want to acknowledge all the work that we have invested in ourselves, and be all reminded that it wasn't in vain. You know, the payoff appear in many ways. The payoff appear in many ways, and I want to repeat that again. The payoff appears in many ways to keep us moving forward. And for the most part, we're going to have to be able to recognize it. We're going to have to be able to see it so we don't go backwards. And a lot of times, and we're going to have to be able to feel it. I want to emphasize that. And a lot of times, if we're not able to do all three of those things, and there's other ways all as well, but if we ain't able to do one or three of those things, if not all three of those things, to know which way we going, then just sit still. Don't do nothing without knowing why you do it, without knowing why you're doing it. You hear me? Don't do nothing without knowing why you're doing it. The past is always passing, the present is always present, and the future is always occurring, all at the same time. You hear me? And as it occurs in me, it's occurring in you. And as it occurs in you, it's occurring in all of us. You hear me? Our situation is for our elevation. And sometimes it isn't easy, or is it any words to explain it. Sometimes there isn't anyone we know who can understand. But our situations is for our elevation, you know. And when we're going through that process, like I say, others see it before we do, you know. They can see that you changed. It's clearly something different about you. As a matter of fact, if you are changing, everything is different about you. And through your changes, you're making a difference in others. You don't listen, you're gonna miss it. This is how it works. You know, we don't see it. We don't see it happening in a lot of cases. Till it has happened, but it's happened. You hear me? The growth, the maturity, the discipline, the self-love, the focus, the accountability, the responsibility, the healing, the awareness, the transformation that we have stepped into. It's got people checking themselves, checking for us. Trust me. Trust me. I'm not the only, because I'm sitting here doing the talking. I'm not the only example. I know some of my people been putting some work in. Some of my brothers and sisters been putting some work in. I know I'm not the only one. That's why I'm being a form of encouragement, of a motivation, an inspiration to keep us going, and rightfully so. You hear me? And rightfully so. You know? I know what it takes to know what it took for me to do it in myself. You know? I know what it takes to know what it took for me to do it in myself. If you don't listen, you're going to miss it. So if not you, who? You hear me? Everything I say is only going to be for those who want it. Everything I say is only going to be for those who want it. Now, I ain't said everything I say not for everybody, but I did say everything I say only going to be for those who want it. You hear me? If not you, who? It's amazing how we can experience the same thing without experiencing the same things. Because we are the same, yet different in how we perceive. Not appear. If you don't listen, you're going to miss it. See? We're only different in how we perceive, not appear. You know? I say that to say, if you can see yourself in everyone and everything, and no one can see themselves in you, then tell me this. Who got the best advantage? Because I'm talking to somebody who either in the best advantage, want the best advantage, or looking for a way to put themselves in the best advantage. So I'm going to ask again, if you can see yourself in everyone, in everything, everywhere, and no one can see themselves in you, tell me, who got the best advantage? I asked that question because the facade of separation, beneath the facade of separation, beneath the veil, you hear me? Beneath the firmament lies a common thread that bonds us all. You hear me? So, to the healers, to the awakeners, to the warriors, to the visionaries, to the teachers, to the bridge builders, and it take all those. It take all those to get it done. You know, and we all gonna interface at some point in time in our journey with all those archetypes. We're gonna interact with we're gonna interact with the awakening archetype. Especially if you call yourself woke, you're gonna interact with the healer. You're gonna interact with the teacher. You're gonna interact with the visionary. You're gonna interact with the bridge builder. You hear me? You're gonna interact with the warrior. You know, but somewhere. All of us play one of those parts, if not all of those parts. Which one are you? What is the archetype of your energy signature? You hear me? This clearly Sabu possess a little bit of them all. You hear me? I ain't being boastful or braggadocious, but I ain't gonna be too modest either. You hear me? I do the work. I do the work to be able to say so, and rightfully so. You hear me? We're gonna go off into an inner child oracle message right quick, cause I don't want to do too much rambling. You know, I don't want to do too much rambling. I want to use the energy wisely and be aware of how the energy is being used. for the day. What we got for the boy, I love it. You been working on yourself? It's your go inward. Let me make sure the camera can focus so y'all can see. You been working on yourself? It's your nothing like confirmation. It is time to connect with your inner child. It is time to connect with your inner child. 16 becomes 7. You hear me? 16 becomes 7. It's time to connect with your inner child. Go inward. One powerful way to connect with your inner child can be through visualization. This is the practice of seeing with your mind's eye while your physical eyes are closed. It's also known as meditation. This practice can be a bit tricky for some in the beginning. So if you have never tried working with visualization, do not worry if it is a slow process. You will get there in the end. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Awareness exercise. In this exercise, focus on allowing your inner child to come through your mind's eye. Find a quiet place where you can sit or lie down comfortably with minimal distractions. Once you are ready and your eyes are closed, allow your focus to travel inward to your center. As you allow your focus to drift inward, your inner child will slowly come to you. Once they do, let them be as they are. Once they do, did y'all notice how that flipped? As you allow your focus to drift inward, your inner child will slowly come to you. Once they do. See how that singular went plural? Let them be as they are, masculine and feminine. Let them be as they are, even if there are aspects of them that you would like to change. Embrace them. Listen to whatever they might have to say and show them with love and affection. So they're talking about both are okay, I got them. No, if you are struggling to turn your focus within yourself, the becoming aware body scan exercise can help guide you. Responsive journaling. What feelings arise when you talk with or visualize your inner child? Do you feel love and joy, apprehension, or anxiety? Ask yourself why you might feel this way whenever you meet with your inner child. Ask yourself why you feel this way when you meet with your inner child. Is it joy and love, or apprehension and anxiety? And ask yourself why you feel this way. You hear me? Kundalini Genie, you heard? If you watch the video, place the emoji in the comment section, which will be we're gonna put a snake. You hear me? We're gonna put a snake representing our Kundalini power. You hear me? Our inner strength. We're gonna put a snake. You know, we're raising the serpent energy up within ourselves, you know, through personal development, through inner work, mentally, emotionally, morally, physically, spiritually, you know, and as a lifestyle, so forth and so on. We're gonna put a snake, family. We're gonna put a snake, a serpent, you know, in the comment section for the raffle submission of this video. Remember to feel good for no reason at all. You know, feeling good is feeling God. What you are, you hear me? And as I am, so are you. My name is Sawu. It's an honor being here. I love y'all, family. Thanks for the likes, shares, comments, questions. Share the video. If you haven't pressed it already, hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate it. It don't cost us nothing, and it help us build. Not me. It help us. You know, circulate in the algorithm. If you're hearing things that is assisting you, somebody else may hear something too. You hear me? So drop something on a family member or a friend, or you hear me? Just in general, I appreciate you. Other than that, it's an honor being here. My name is Sawu.